Now we're going to run through these 3 TikTok strategies, and we're going to go through them from the simplest to the most complex. And they happen to also be the least immediately effective to the most immediately effective. When things are effective, they tend to be slightly more complicated. But we're going to break these down for you and make them as simple as possible. All right, guys, epic video coming at you today. We're going to be talking about how to use TikTok to blow up your Amazon sales. And by the way, it doesn't only work for Amazon, it also works for TikTok Shop or Shopify, pretty much any other electronic platform. Now, I want to go over a quick analogy to kind of set the tone for what we're going to be talking about. Some of you guys know, some of you don't know, I spent most of my adult life as a Marine officer before I got into e-commerce and retail media. I got a chance to go through a lot of really high-speed schools. Very fortunate. I was able to go to a summer mountain survival school, a winter mountain survival school, an urban breachers course, 3 homemade explosives courses. I got to go to an Army special school, multiple combat deployments, lots and lots of field training. Really got lucky in that regard, and I got to do a lot of cool stuff. So when I take my kids camping, we don't do anything halfway. We're usually like one step away from a terrorist watch list. So we try to do all the cool stuff. And on one particular camping trip, we started to make a fire. And I'm not exactly rubbing 2 sticks together, but I usually try to do it the hard way. So I'm using magnesium sticks and tinder and things like that. Well, all the ground cover was soaking wet. In this particular park, we were not allowed to break branches off of trees. So we're stuck using wet tinder and wet sticks to burn. So I have my magnesium stick and we're pulling the fuzz off our socks. That's what we use for tinder. And we were shaving the inside of some bark and everything was going well. And we could start the fire, but we couldn't keep it going because every piece of wood we had was wet, like wet. So we were stuck. I had my kids around me. I'm Mr. High Speed. I just told you how cool I am. And I 10x'd that, story of how cool I was to my kids. And I was really stuck. So I did what any high speed operator would do. I went to my car and I got the lighter fluid and I sprayed it all over that shit. And let me tell you, we burned. That's what TikTok is going to do for your Amazon selling. It is not just about driving sales to Amazon. It is about lighting up that algorithm because the Amazon algorithm absolutely loves TikTok. I'm going to give you 3 strategies that you can use to drive traffic from TikTok to Amazon that will blow up your sales. Now, before we talk about how to use TikTok to light up your Amazon sales, I need you to light up this video by hitting the like button and subscribing to this channel, maybe even leaving me a comment telling me what you want me to cover next to help you grow your Amazon or your e-commerce or your D2C or your retail so that we can work this algorithm and I can continue bringing you great content. All right, before we cover these 3 strategies, there are 4 setup actions that you need to take and they are very easy. Number 1, you need to set up a TikTok shop. You're going to do that at shop.tiktok.com. It's super easy. Number 2, you're going to set up a TikTok ads account. You're going to do that at ads.tiktok.com. Again, super easy. Number 3, you're going to connect your TikTok ads account to your TikTok shop account. You're going to do that by going into TikTok shop, into the seller center. You're going to click on promotions on the left-hand side and then shop ads, and it's going to give you the option to connect your TikTok media account. And then number 4, I want you to go to your TikTok profile. I want you to put your Amazon storefront URL high up in your profile. And then I want you to put your Shopify URL high up in your profile. We're going to need those, and we're going to need them to be very prominent when we get into these 3 strategies. So again, number 1, set up your TikTok shop at shops.tiktok.com. Number 2, set up your ads account at ads.tiktok.com. Number 3, connect your ads account to your TikTok shop. And number 4, put your Amazon storefront URL and your Shopify URL high up in your TikTok profile. Now we're going to run through these 3 TikTok strategies, and we're going to go through them from the simplest to the most complex. And they happen to also be the least immediately effective to the most immediately effective. Why? Because that's how things work. When things are effective, they tend to be slightly more complicated. But we're going to break these down for you and make them as simple as possible. Strategy number 1, organic posting. Organic posting is the simplest way to drive traffic to Amazon or Shopify or anywhere else. But in order to do that, you're going to need a following. So if you want to grow your following quickly, you're going to post 3 times a day. But there's a hack. You're not just going to post 3 times a day. You're going to engage for 30 minutes before your post, and you're going to engage on posts and accounts that are similar to yours. Then you're going to post, then you're going to engage another 30 minutes. Why? Because TikTok rewards engagement. TikTok wants users and influencers to be engaged. So when you're engaging and you're using the platform, TikTok will favor your posts. So you're going to engage for 30 minutes, you're going to post, and then you're going to engage for another 30 minutes. And ideally, you're going to do that 3 times a day. And even if you use the other 2 strategies and you leverage those to drive Amazon sales or Shopify sales or whatever, you're still going to want to do this one. You're still going to want to post organically as aggressively as you can, because this is the strategy that grows your following, and your following is an asset. Trust me on this. Do this protocol for 30 days, and then you can come back and thank me. Strategy number 2, systematic influencer outreach. Systematic influencer outreach works when you stay consistent. It will grow your physical product sales on Amazon or TikTok Shop or Shopify if you stay consistent. This is a muscle that can be developed. The more you do this and the more consistent you are, the better you'll get. There's really just 3 steps to this. Number 1, you're going to find the right influencer fit for searching for your product type, followed by the word review, or followed by the word unboxing. It works like this. If you sell protein bars review, or protein bar review, or protein bar unboxing. That's going to give you a whole bunch of influencers in the search results that you're going to be able to engage. So again, step 1 is using your product type in search, followed by the word review or reviews or unboxing, to come up with a list of influencers that are appropriate for your product type. Step number 2, once you've identified the appropriate influencers for your product type, I want you to DM a minimum of 10 of them per week. Send at least 10 messages per week. And I will tell you right now, only maybe 1 to 2 of them will get back to you. They get tons and tons of DMs. They're busy. Some of them have other jobs, and some of them are working multiple platforms, and you're just not realistically going to hear back from all of them. So super important that you send out a minimum of 10 messages per week. You're looking for influencers with followings of 10,000 to maybe 100,000. Much more than that, and they're going to be too expensive. Much less than that, and they're not going to be effective. Strategy number 3, I want you to engage and negotiate the best terms possible. Most of them are going to want something. You may get lucky and be able to just send samples. That does happen on occasion. Some of them are going to want money. Some of them are going to want too much money. And the way you're going to figure out the right value is you're going to ask for a sample post. So it works like this. Normally, an influencer will say, this is going to cost you X amount of dollars for X number of posts. And you're going to say, I understand. Will you do 1 sample post for free product so I can see how engaged your followers are? That doesn't always work, but I want you to give it a shot. I want to avoid paying for influencers that don't have engaged followings. So again, 3 steps. You're going to find the appropriate influencers by searching for your product type, followed by the word reviews or unboxing. Number 2, I want you to DM a minimum of 10 per week that have a following of 10,000 to 100,000. And then 3, I want you to negotiate the best terms possible. And again, the more you do this, the better you will get. One last note, influencer outreach never ends. This is something that you want to do consistently as long as you are working with your brand. Strategy number 3, TikTok paid ads. Now, just a quick note, TikTok ads are not the same thing as a boosted post or a spark, as TikTok calls them. Sparks or boosted posts are simply a tool where you pay to keep your post visible with your followers for longer. That's it. It's not very sophisticated. It just gives you a little bit more face time with your followers. Paid ads are different. With paid ads, you choose a demographic and you go out and target new followers or new potential customers. Paid ads are much, much more powerful. To run a TikTok ad, there are 2 parts. First, to run a TikTok ad, you need the right creative. Now that looks a lot like most TikTok posts, but you really want to put your best foot forward. You want to use the best creative possible, and you want to put extra time into that hook. Once you have that, you want to guide the viewer through to the purchase with text prompts throughout the video. It usually ends with a discount code or a promo code, and then click the link in my bio. Click the Amazon link in my bio, click the Shopify link in my bio. Once your creative is complete and your text prompts are in place, you want to go ahead and upload it on TikTok. Step 2, to create a TikTok ad, you're going to go to the TikTok Seller Center. You're going to find the product that you want to advertise, and you're going to scroll all the way to the right until you find the word more. You're going to click on that. That'll give you a drop down, and you're going to click on Create Ad. Once you do that, that's going to take you into your TikTok ads account. And from there, you're just going to follow the prompts. You're going to choose a demographic. You're going to set a budget. You're going to select the product that you want to advertise again. And then you're going to assign it to a video. You're going to assign it to that creative that you just created and uploaded on TikTok specifically for your ad. Now, there's a cool feature that TikTok just added, and that is a minimum ROAS goal, a minimum return on ad spend goal. So if you want at least $3 in sales back for every $1 in ads that you spend, you can click on set minimum ROAS and enter a 3. Pretty cool feature. All right, guys, there you have it. Those are your 3 strategies for using TikTok to blow up your Amazon sales or your Shopify sales or your TikTok shop or any other e-com platform. Just so you have them one more time, it is number 1, post organically, and that looks like 30 minutes of engagement followed by a post, followed by 30 more minutes of engagement. You're going to do that 3 times in a day. Number 2, systematic influencer outreach. You're looking for influencers with 10,000 to 100,000 followers, and you're going to DM a minimum of 10 per week. And you're going to do that every single week for the rest of your life. Number 4, paid TikTok ads. And for those, I'm going to recommend a budget of at least $1,000 a month if you can afford it. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Once again, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Tell me in the comments what you want me to cover next, and we will see you in the next one.